joining me here. We've got a lot to talk about. A lot of people have questions, so just kind of wanted to open the floor. So if you have any questions, we're live on YouTube and Facebook along with our website, but you're able to kind of interact, ask any questions that you may have regarding the tropics. So we're getting really close. I think it's Saturday is the anniversary for Hurricane Helene, and we're tracking another tropical system for us. So definitely want to take this and give you guys the honest information of what we have. Don't want to scare anybody because, again, this is all so fresh, but at the same time, we wouldn't be doing our job if, let's see if I can turn that down a little bit. We wouldn't be doing our job if we're not giving you what's going on. So thank you for joining me. Again, if you have any questions, put them in the comments here. But first alert is in effect Monday and Tuesday for potential tropical impacts for us here in the CSRA. So we're going to go through everything step by step of what all we know as of right now. Now, let's go ahead and point out it's Thursday. We're expecting this late Monday into Tuesday. So things will change time-wise. Will definitely shift a little bit. I don't think it's going to be anything drastic, but severity will change and the path could change. Now, I'm not saying this is going to be a drastic change of, oh, it's going to go back into the ocean or something like that, but just know this is not going to be picture exact of what we see come Monday night. Just keep that in mind. This is a forecast. We're not God. So, just feel like I need to get that out there at the very beginning for us. So just kind of want to lay out the basis of what we're seeing. But tropical development anticipated over the next 2 days to become a tropical storm. It'll be Tropical Storm Imelda. Right now, just an area of really disorganized showers and thunderstorms around the Dominican Republic. It's expected to move north and westward here over the next few days, but again, it's not a named system right now. It's anticipated to become a named system here once it kind of organizes, gains a little bit of strength as it moves a little bit more closer to the East Coast. So this is the current view of what we're dealing with right now. We have Humberto off to its east and not expecting any impacts from there. At first, we were kind of thinking that they might be tangoing, if you will, with each other, but latest models really have Humberto far enough away where it doesn't look like it's going to interact much with what will most likely become Imelda. So that's what we're looking at right now. This is step one, if you will, and this is the latest models of what we are looking at. These are two of our longer range forecast models, and they're really not showing much discrepancy. I know it's not the exact same picture, but just want to show you guys we're seeing two different model runs here, and they're pretty close to being exact of the same. So we're pretty confident that we will see some sort of landfall, whether it's a tropical storm or a hurricane, Monday in the Carolinas. I would say South Carolina, possibly on the border of South Carolina, North Carolina. But again, if this shifts just a little bit more south or a little bit more north, that's going to be a big difference for us. But I do want to preference by saying this: we will not have the exact impacts of what we saw from Hurricane Helene. That was a once in a generation storm. Now, that's not saying that any storms following it will not be strong, just saying this is not the same as Helene. It's happening at the same time of year, different path, different storm. Every storm is different. So just kind of want to put that out there as well. I will say the good thing with this system, if it stays on the track of what it's looking like right now, we're going to be on the left-hand side of it. And that's the side, if you're going to get hit by a storm, that's the side you want to be on. Now, just kind of comparing it back a little bit, I'm only going to do this once. With Helene, we were on the right side of it. So there's 4 different quadrants, and I'll even pull it up. Let's go ahead and get that going. But there's 4 different quadrants when we're talking about hurricanes. And we always say the front right quadrant, let's see. let's see if I can get that pulled up. But we always say the front right quadrant is the strongest. It's what's driving the hurricane. We see the strongest wind gusts, the heaviest rainfall, the most tornado threat is going to be in that front right quadrant. And I really hope I can find this here soon. I should have had this pulled up before, but let's see if I've got it somewhere in here. But again, we're going to be on the left side of it. So we're going to be on the weaker side of the system. Again, if it continues to go, if it continues that path of what we are anticipating as it's looking like right now. So where is that graphic? I'll find it at some point, but we'll just continue on here. Oh, that might be it. No, that's not it. All right, we're gonna have to move on. I don't know exactly where it is, but it's a good visual. Anyways, we're gonna be on the left side of this storm, so weaker impacts, but still going to be impacted by a tropical system. So something that we do need to continue to keep an eye on. Here's what I just showed y'all that actually. Let's get this going for us here, but here's a look at the spaghetti models right now, and we know that these are messy. This storm's no different, but I will say a majority of these models are pushing into South Carolina for this storm to make landfall. So here's kind of what we're looking at. Saturday, you can see it's getting a little bit closer to the East Coast. Sunday as well. A lot of the models have it turning into the CSRA. So definitely something, again, that's why we first alert. We want everybody to know, to be aware. Heavy rainfall can be expected. Strong wind gusts can also be expected. That tornado threat's still there, but that's a very low end threat with this system, just because of the side of the storm that we are on. So that's a look at the spaghetti models here. Again, this will update. This updates every 3 hours. We'll get about every 6 hours, we'll get a new tropical update from the National Hurricane Center, but this is kind of what we're dealing with, the pathway as of right now. So I'm going to pull up that potential wind for us. So that's what, well, that's not going to do it. Okay, yes it will. So here's what we're looking at in terms of wind gust for us. Here's Sunday, Monday morning, about 20, maybe 25 mile per hour wind gust. And then once we get closer into the evening, where that's expected to make landfall, this tropical storm that will most likely become Imelda could be bringing in, and this is a new model. This has it staying well north of us, but this is one model run. The latest that we've seen, the highest wind gust that we've seen is around 45, 50 miles per hour. So a lot less than what we saw last year, but 40, 50 miles per hour wind gusts definitely makes for a very breezy evening for us. And hopefully this is not going to be another overnight system, but as of right now, it is kind of trekking to be impacting us overnight. And I really am trying to find that quadrant graphic here to show you guys what we can expect. So as of right now, what we need to do is be aware. Tell your neighbors, co-workers, family members, just let them know, hey, we're keeping an eye on the tropics. Y'all need to just kind of stay up to date with the forecast, because again, what we're seeing right now today is not going to be exact of what happens Monday. Several days out. It's got a lot to get through. It hasn't even developed yet. So several things for us to look at as we go throughout the next couple of days for us here. So want to take a look at another model here. So we'll zoom in on up and take a look at different things, but then I'll get to y'all's questions. I've seen several people already submit some questions, so we'll definitely take a look at that here in a minute. But where is that? So this, again, as of right now, has the path moving into South Carolina. I'm not going to say exactly where, because that's going to kind of change over the next couple of days, but is expected to impact South Carolina. As of right now, looking like late Friday, but again, something that has that potential to change. That's not what I'm looking for. Sorry about this. I thought that I was going to have everything ready, and then I get up here and I decide that, oh, I want to show this, or I want to talk about this. So just give me a second here of what we're seeing. Make sure that you download. I just saw this here. This is a good thing. Make sure that you download that First Alert Weather app. It'll tell you when lightning's detected in your area. It'll tell you when you're under any sort of warning for your area as well. It's going to be a great tool to have. Again, if this ends up becoming an overnight situation, you're definitely going to want to have something that will be able to wake you up if you are in need of or under a warning, things like that. So again, we'll keep you guys updated. We post app updates as we go throughout the day, every day, but that'll just kind of help keep you updated as well. I don't know where that is. Okay, we're going to have to move on, but I'm going to get to some questions. I see that we've got a decent amount. Okay, maybe we don't have questions. Okay, yes we do. So when should we have the best picture of the potential direction of the storm? By Saturday, Sunday? Yeah, I would say I would say Saturday, Sunday we'll definitely have a much better picture. And I will say this hurricane season and even last hurricane season, the models have been much more accurate than they have ever been. So I know we're kind of stuck, and I see people saying no one knows what this thing is going to do. Every model's different. They are, but I will say we have a much better grasp now than what we did 5 years ago, maybe even 10 years ago, on these systems moving through. So I will say it's not going to be an exact location, but I do feel like we can kind of start, again, talking about this, really looking into it. But come Saturday, Sunday, that's going to be more of like, this is the timing. This is the exact location. Here are the exact impacts that we can expect to see. But again, we can't really tell you that right now. So many days away, we can kind of give us this overview of what we are anticipating, just kind of giving you a heads up. That's what stage we're in right now. Again, the models will change as we go throughout the next couple of days, but right now we're just keeping let's see if I can pull that up. We're just monitoring, but we're in that position where we want you guys at home to monitor it as well. So let's see if we can change this to Monday. Dang it. It doesn't go out that far. Okay, let's see if I can pull it back a little bit. But again, if you're joining us here, we have that first alert in effect Monday and Tuesday. We're having a look at the tropics, potential tropical development over the next 24, maybe 48 hours. We'll most likely have a tropical storm. Again, has that potential to impact us here in the CSRA as we go throughout the start of next week. So time-wise, Monday into Tuesday, again, we'll have a little bit of that clearer picture for us once we get a little bit closer to time. But I'll just kind of reiterate a couple things that I said here. Just know We are somebody said, should we be taking stuff in, or taking stuff from yards and porches? Are you talking about taking stuff inside? Maybe. I would probably go ahead and do it. I mean, you have until probably Sunday, even Monday morning, to take anything indoors that you need to, but it will definitely be windy enough to knock over trash cans, umbrellas, things like that. Very, very likely that we will see that. Now, anything more intense than that, something, again, we'll have to continue to watch. Somebody said, what about Columbia County? This is going for all of the CSRA. Again, we're tracking a tropical system. So this is a very large system for us here. So yes, that includes Columbia County. I can't go out and say specific areas, but especially with the storm this big, it's going to impact a much larger area. So, and I will say too, we are on the left side of it. So we are on the weaker side of this storm. Again, if that forecast continues to stay the way that it is, we are definitely on the better side of things. But I also don't want you to let your guard down thinking, oh, it's going to be fine. Still expected to be impacted by a tropical storm or possibly even a hurricane. Most of the models that we have been seeing does have it strengthening into a hurricane. Now, I'm not going to get into specifics of what category. I will tell you it's not looking to be a major hurricane, which is category 3 and higher, but that's something, again, we'll continue to monitor as of right now. Could be that tropical storm approaching that hurricane strength as it gets closer to us here in the CSRA. So that's what the models are looking like right now. Again, just wanted to kind of touch base, check in with everybody at home. Just wanted to let y'all know that we're keeping a close eye on it here in the Weather Center. We're going to continue to give you updates, but just now is the time to kind of be thinking about just different things here. And I kind of wanted to show you guys this as well. I was talking about this earlier today with Chief Meteorologist Riley Hale. Maybe, sorry, it's kind of going everywhere, but the area that this storm is moving through is favorable for tropical conditions, so tropical storms to form because the water is still very warm out there. That's why we say September is the most active month. It's kind of when our sea surface temperatures are relatively warm. So we're sitting in the 80s. I would say we're not as bad as what the Gulf is right now, but still seeing those 80s as we are getting a little bit closer to the end of September. I am not clicking on that. Again, I'm just kind of looping back through one more time. There it is. This is what I've been looking for. There we go. Wind gust speeds. Not anything super crazy. So this is good news. Hopefully it stays this way. I will say one model just a little while ago did have us getting up to 45, maybe 50 mile per hour wind gusts. But this model that just came out, the new model run, came out at 8 p.m. That has us a little bit better conditions. So that's definitely good to see. Again, right now it's kind of a not necessarily a wait and see game, but right now it's just kind of broad forecasting. We can tell you, hey, a storm is expected to impact the East Coast, South Carolina, North Carolina area, Monday to Tuesday, but getting into the nitty-gritty specifics, that's going to be something that we're going to have to give it a little bit more time. But I still feel pretty confident. If we're telling you guys on Thursday, you have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, even throughout the day Monday. So about 4 or 5 days to kind of wrap your mind around this, to stay up to date with the forecast. And we could be here Sunday telling you, hey, it looks like it's going to be shifting a little bit more north. We could be getting just some outer bands from it, but something that needs to be a priority for you guys to keep checking in on the latest forecast. But I feel like I'm just repeating myself now. I'm going to go ahead and jump off here. I don't see any new questions. So I'm going to go ahead and end this live. Thank you guys for watching. We'll continue to give you guys updates, so just stick with us, and we will most likely do another live tomorrow. So I'll see you guys then.